Welcome students, this is Ravi Shankar. So in this video we are going to study about a new topic called to be capacitors. So what do you mean by this capacitors? Capacitor is a device. Generally when you are considering a capacitor is a device. For what purpose? To store electrical charges, or we can say to store electrical energy. So what are capacitors? Capacitors, we can say capacitors are devices. Okay, capacitors are devices to store electrical charges, and also electrical energy. In your book they have given only electrical energy, but the capacitors are also used to store the charges. See, what type of, there are different types of capacitors available. Cylindrical capacitor, an ordinary conductor can able to store a charge. It is having property to store the charges called to be capacitance. But what we are going to study in our book, or what is our topic, we are going to study about a capacitor called to be parallel plate capacitor. So here we are going to consider a capacitor called to be parallel plate capacitor. When you can say a capacitor as a parallel plate capacitor, if you are having two conducting plates kept parallel to each other, separated by a small distance with some dielectric in between the two plates. So this is one of the plate, this is the second plate. The two plates are kept parallel to each other, separated by a small distance d, and in between the two plates some dielectric is being placed. The dielectric may be air medium, or the dielectric may be wood pulp, or we can say it may be paper, etc. Some dielectric material is placed in between the two plates. Okay, we are going to consider the expression for the phenomenon called to be capacitance. Let us see. So what I am going to do is, you consider a parallel plate capacitor, with some dielectric. Okay, parallel plate capacitor with some dielectric in between the two plates. Okay. Now, what I am going to do is, the two plates I have taken like this. One of the plate let us represent it as P, and another plate let us represent it as Q. The two plates are connected to a potential difference, that is a battery. So I am connecting it to, the two plates are connecting it to a battery. The positive terminal of the battery connected to P plate, and the negative terminal of the battery connected to Q plate. So the potential difference between the two plates of the battery, between the positive and the negative terminal, is V. So we are calling it out as the potential difference. The potential difference between the two plates is considered to be V. Now, when you are connecting an potential difference in between the two plates, the electrons are transferred from one plate to another, causing one plate positive and another plate negative. So, when a potential difference is connected across the capacitor, connected across the capacitor. The electrons are transferred from, the electrons are transferred from one plate to another, so that one plate becomes positively charged, so that one of the plate is positively charged and the other becomes negatively charged, and the other becomes negatively charged. See, let us consider here the charges that were being available as plus Q and minus Q. Okay, in one of the plate, that is in the plate P, you will be having the total charge as plus Q, and in plate Q, you will be having the total charge as minus Q. Now, if you are considering the potential difference between the plates, the potential difference between the plates will be equal to potential difference between the terminals of the battery, because the battery is connected across the potentials directly. So we can write here, potential difference between the plates is equal to, between the plates of the capacitor is equal to potential difference between the terminals. Potential difference between what? Between the terminals. So potential difference between the terminals of the battery is equal to potential difference between the plates. If the potential difference is increased, potential difference in the battery is increased, or potential difference between the plates is increased, then the charge available Q also increased. Then the charge Q or charges Q also increased, because as the potential increases, the number of electrons getting transferred also increases, so the charge Q increases. Therefore, in general, how we can write? Therefore, in general, we can write it out as the charge that was being developed in the plates of the capacitor is directly proportional to the applied potential difference between the two plates. So Q directly proportional to V. What will happen on removing that proportionality? We have to introduce a constant. Therefore, Q is equal to, on removing this proportionality, a constant is introduced, and the constant introduced is C into V, where this C is a constant or is a proportionality constant, is a proportionality constant. It is considered to be a proportionality constant, and that constant is known as capacitance. It is a phenomenon. The capacitance is the phenomenon of storing electrical charges. Therefore, the capacitance C is defined as the ratio of charge obtained in the plates to that of the potential developed. So we can say the capacitance is defined as C is ratio of charge to that of potential, or we can say Q by V. So we can define this capacitance in terms of wordings. So capacitance is defined as, so I can write, therefore I can write capacitance is defined as, the ratio of charge given or charge developed, ratio of the charge given to the plates or charge given to the potential difference between the two plates. Potential difference between the two plates. This we are calling it out as the definition for capacitance. What is its unit? See, generally we are considering unit means we have to consider the SI unit. SI unit for capacitance is charge is measured in terms of an unit called to be coulomb divided by potential measured in terms of an unit called to be volt. But in general, we can say the SI unit is taken to be measured in terms of farad. The SI unit is represented in terms of farad, or we can say capacitance is measured in terms of the unit called to be farad, represented by capital F. See how I can able to represent unit capacitance. What do you mean by this unit capacitance? Unit capacitance means 1 farad of capacitance means 1 farad of capacitance. So what do you mean by this 1 farad of capacitance? Can write like this: 1 farad of capacitance is equal to, if a charge of 1 coulomb produces a potential of 1 volt, then the capacitance is considered to be 1 farad. Or I can say, if a potential difference of 1 volt between the two plates develops a charge of 1 coulomb, then the capacitance of the parallel plate capacitor is 1 farad. If you want, you can write, if a potential difference of 1 volt develops a charge of 1 coulomb, then the capacitance of the plates is, or we can say capacitance of the capacitor is, then the capacitance is 1 farad. This is called to be what? This is called to be unit capacitance. See, but when you are considering this farad, if we are considering the unit called to be farad, farad is a very large unit. Farad is a very large unit. So practically we are not using this farad. In practice, we will be using only smaller units of capacitance. Smaller units are used. What do you mean by these smaller units? Either it will be represented in microfarad or picofarad, or it may be represented as nanofarad. As you are clear, we know 1 microfarad is equal to, 1 microfarad. 1 microfarad is equal to, we can say it out as 10 to the power of minus 6 farad. Similarly, when you are considering 1 nanofarad, if it is 1 nanofarad, 10 to the power of minus 9 farads. See, they will be used in problems. Similarly, if you are considering 1 picofarad, what do you mean by this 1 picofarad? It represents 10 to the power of minus 12 farads. This we are considering it as some of the practical units of what? Some of the practical units of capacitance. Clear? This is a general concept regarding the capacitance of a capacitor. It is not necessary that we have to consider a parallel plate capacitor. With the help of an ordinary conductor where the charges can get stored, we can explain this. But in your book, this was being explained by considering what? By considering a capacitor with the two plates. See, let us have a small recall, an important topic. So, capacitors are the devices to store electrical charges, and also it is used to store electrical energy. Here we are going to consider a capacitor called to be parallel plate capacitor. What do you mean by this parallel plate capacitor? See, two plates kept parallel, separated by a small distance with some dielectric like air, wood pulp or paper etc. is called to be parallel plate, or that arrangement is said to called parallel plate capacitor. Here we have to get its capacity to store charges or energy. What we are calling it as capacitance. For capacitance, we have to obtain an expression. So consider a parallel plate capacitor with some dielectric in between the plates. Now, that parallel plate capacitors, the plates P and Q, are connected to a potential difference. The two ends are connected to a battery. When that battery is connected, that is, when potential difference is connected across the capacitor, what will happen? Electrons will be transferred from one plate to another plate, so that one of the plate is positively charged and another plate is negatively charged. Due to the difference in charges, there is a potential difference available across the plates, and the potential difference between the plates is equal to potential difference available externally, which is connected in between the two terminals. If the potential difference is increased, what will happen? Then the charge in the capacitor also increases. So, in general, we can write Q is directly proportional to V. If the potential increases, charge increases. If potential decreases, charge decreases. Therefore, on removing this proportionality, I am introducing a constant C, and the constant C is the proportionality constant, and it is known as the capacitance independent of charge. That capacitance is given by Q by V. As the potential increases, potential increases, charge also increases, and vice versa, keeping the ratio constant. So capacitance is independent of the charge. So from this, we can define capacitance, or what do you mean by that capacitance? Capacitance is defined as the ratio of charge given to the plates, or we can write charge given, to the potential difference between the two plates. And the SI unit is capacitance is equal to charge by potential. Charge measured in coulomb, potential measured in volt. So coulomb by volt, which is otherwise represented as farad. And the SI unit for farad is capital F. The unit of capacitance means unit capacitance, not unit of capacitance. What do you mean by unit capacitance? Unit capacitance means 1 farad of capacitance. We can write the above equation as 1 farad is equal to 1 coulomb divided by 1 volt. That is, if a potential difference of 1 volt develops a charge of 1 coulomb in between the plates, then we can say that the capacitance of the capacitor is 1 farad. That is called to be unit capacitance. But when you are considering the unit taken to be farad, farad is a very large unit. But in practice, we are not using farad, because since it is a larger unit, we are using the smaller values of capacitance, because the capacitors are of smaller value, like microfarad, picofarad, nanofarad, etc. So 1 microfarad, as we know, it is 10 to the power of minus 6 farads. 1 nanofarad considered to be 10 to the power of minus 9 farad. And 1 picofarad, we can say it out as 10 to the power of minus 12 farads. This we are calling it out as an introduction regarding the capacitance. And we are going to derive an expression for the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. Here we have generally calculated the capacitance of a capacitor. Now we are going to obtain an expression for the parallel plate capacitor. What do you mean by that parallel plate capacitor or expression for parallel plate capacitor? So the next topic that we are going to study is we are going to obtain an expression for the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor. Parallel plate capacitor. Expression for a parallel plate capacitor. So in order to study this expression for parallel plate capacitor, let us consider a parallel plate. So I am having one of the plate here and another plate kept parallel to this first plate. Let us consider the first plate as P and the second plate as Q. Now, the first plate is having the positive charges, or the first plate is positively charged, and the second plate I am considering it as it is negatively charged. So, in between the positively plate charged and negatively plate charged, we will be having an uniform electrical field and the electrical lines of force acting from the positive charge to that of negative charge. So the uniform electrical field is represented by drawing parallel lines. And the value of that uniform electrical field, I am writing it as E vector. Now, the distance between the two plates, I am representing it as D. Okay, the distance between the two plates is considered to be D. So let us write a small description. So two plates of area A or area of cross section capital A placed parallel to each other, placed or kept parallel to each other, separated by a small distance D, separated by a small distance D with some dielectric, with here air as dielectric, with air as dielectric. Let us consider the air medium in between the two plates is acting like what? Is acting like the dielectric. So we can summarize. Let us write like this. Area of the plate is considered to be A. Then the distance between the plates, we can consider it as small d. Then the dielectric medium in between the two plates, we have considered it as air. So in general, let us consider this concept. That's all. Now, already we have studied about the applications of Gauss law. In the applications of Gauss law, we have studied that if you are having two charged plates separated by each other or separated by a small distance d, then in between the two plates, the electrical field available is given by sigma by epsilon 0. So already we have studied. So we can write according to the application of Gauss law. According to the application of the Gauss law, we have studied. We know that the electric field in between the charged plates is given by if you want, you can write here. We know that the magnitude of the electrical field in between the charged plate is given by modulus of E vector is equal to sigma divided by epsilon 0, where sigma is surface charge density, sigma is surface charge density, and epsilon 0, since the medium is here, we have represented epsilon 0, we know it as permittivity of free space, or I can write permittivity of air. But we know the surface charge density sigma is equal to charge Q divided by area A, sigma equal to Q by A. Therefore, the above equation can be written as modulus of E vector is E. Instead of sigma, I can write it out as Q divided by A, and here you are having epsilon 0. Let us consider this as equation number 1. See, we have calculated the electrical field in between the two plates. The electrical field in between the two plates is constant, and already we have studied that it is uniform, that is constant, and it is independent of the distance. Now, what is the potential difference between the two plates? The potential difference between the two plates is V. So how to calculate? See, the potential difference between the two plates, let the potential difference between the plates be V. Let us consider like this. How to calculate this V? See, we know that electrical field E is equal to V divided by D. Therefore, the potential difference V is equal to E into D. If that is the case, I can substitute for E from equation 1, which could be Q divided by A epsilon 0 multiplied it with D. Take this as equation number 2. So, after calculating the electrical field, we have calculated the potential difference. After calculating the potential difference, we calculate the capacitance, because now only we have defined. See, we know that, or we have defined the capacitance as, we have defined in the previous case, defined capacitance as, capacitance C is equal to Q divided by V. So I can substitute for V. Q I am writing as it is, divided by, from equation 2 you substitute for V, it is given by Q into D divided by, taken to the numerator, or I can write divided by A epsilon 0. On simplifying or in rearranging, I can write Q into A into epsilon 0 divided by Q into D. So I can make this charge Q to get cancelled. Therefore, the capacitance C is equal to epsilon 0 into A divided by D. This is the expression for the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor with air medium as dielectric. So let us consider this as the equation number 3. Let us consider this as the equation number 3. Now, you just consider this equation and get the relation in such a way that, so therefore from this relation I can say how area and the distances are related with the capacitance. So capacitance is directly proportional to area. That is, if there is an increase in area, the capacitance also increases. If the area decreases, capacitance can be also get decreased. The second one, capacitance C is inversely proportional to that of the distance between the two plates. What do you mean by this? As the distance between the two plates increases, capacitance decreases and vice versa. So this can be discussed. how you can able to discuss this? Let us do the discussion here. So what are the discussions? Let us consider the discussion here based on the property that I have written in the above case. So first point, what is the discussion? So regarding the discussion, I can consider like this. The first one, see, the capacitance C is directly proportional to area. That is, if A is large, if the area A is large, then capacitance is also large. What do you mean by this? A is large. We can say more charges can be distributed in that area. More charges are distributed in that area. More charges are distributed in that area or in the area. So more charges means capacitance increases. So more charges are distributed in the area. So we can able to say capacitance increases. Capacitance increases. Then point number 2. The capacitance is inversely proportional to the distance between the two plates. Let us consider two cases. One is, if the distance is decreased, what will happen? If the distance is decreased, the potential difference will get increased. Since V is equal to E by D or E is equal to V into D. Let us take the first one like this. If the distance is decreased, if the distance between the two plates is decreased, then the potential difference between the two plates, potential difference is decreased. How you can say potential difference is decreased? Since E is equal to V by D, we get V is equal to E into D. So if the distance get decreased, distance get decreased, then potential difference also get decreased. If potential difference is decreased, we know C is equal to Q by V. C is inversely proportional to V. Therefore, we can write. What we can say? Therefore, we can say the capacitance increases. Therefore, the capacitance increases. V is constant. V is constant. Sorry, not V, Q. Q is constant. Q is constant. Only V decreases, and so the capacitance increases. See, if the capacitance increases means, as a result, what will happen? See, as a result, because if you are seeing this equation, V is equal to E into D, E is constant. In between the two plates, the electrical field is uniform. So E is constant. So as a result, we can say voltage between the terminals of the battery, voltage between the terminals of the battery, increases because E is considered to be kept constant. In order to keep E constant, what will happen? In order to keep E constant, this D is decreased. So in order to get, if this is getting decreased means voltage will get decreased, but it should not decrease, it should get increased. So as a result, this is voltage between the two plates. What I am saying is now the voltage between the battery. So as a result, the voltage between the terminals of the battery increases, which in turn leads an additional flow of charge, which in turn leads an additional flow of charge, additional flow of charge till the voltage on the capacitor, till the voltage between the plates of the capacitor, between the plates of the capacitor equal to the terminal voltage, equal to battery voltage, or we can say the battery's terminal voltage, battery terminal voltage. Similarly, I can able to state the remaining also. What is that remaining? That is what will happen if you are considering the distance get increased. See, this point is not necessary for us. We can leave this. See what we have written. If the distance is decreased, then what will happen? The potential difference is increased. Potential difference is decreased because E is equal to V by D. So V is equal to E into D. D decreases, V also decreases. When V decreases, capacitance increases, keeping the charge constant. See why this happens? This is the reason. All these are considered to be the reason. See, as a result of voltage between the terminals. See here we are stating the voltage difference between the plates of the capacitor. But what will happen to the terminals of the battery? See, as a result, the voltage between the terminals of the battery increases, which in turn leads an additional flow of charge till the voltage between the plates of the capacitor equal to the terminal voltage or the battery's terminal voltage. You just consider the reverse case. What is the reverse case? What will happen if the distance between the two plates increases? So I am writing it like this. Suppose distance is increased. Distance D is increased. What will happen? Distance D is increased, then the capacitance value increase, or we can say the capacitance increases. See, the capacitance increases because same value, since A is equal to V by D, therefore V is equal to E into D. As the distance D increases, automatically what will happen? Potential difference increases. Potential difference increases means capacitance decreases. So capacitance decreases. Okay. Now, when you are considering the capacitance voltage now, see, when you are considering the capacitance voltage, we have told that the capacitance voltage increases or increased. Capacitance voltage increases. That is, the voltage or the potential difference between the two plates gets increased and becomes greater than, in the previous case it becomes smaller. Here it becomes greater than the voltage across the battery. The voltage across the battery or the terminals of the battery. See, in the previous case, the voltage goes from battery to terminal in order to make them equal. But here, the voltage across the plates of the capacitance increases than that of the voltage across the battery. So, the charges flow from capacitor to battery. Clear? So, the charges flow from the plates of the capacitor to the terminals of the battery, to the plates or terminals of the battery till both become equal. Clear? Till both become equal. Now you just recall what we have studied, you can able to know it very clearly. You see what I have told. Let us consider this discussion alone again, and then we shall be recalling the thing. See, the second